after I collect my daily rewards.
Holy shit, there's so many Soviets. No wonder Hungary had this much problems. Jesus.
God dang, there's so many quests I gotta do.
That's okay. Hey, at least it's got you up and having some fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gotcha. Measures. Love the old floppy disks in this game.
Yeah. Do I have any papers to level up characters? I love you too. Where? Alright, I need badges. Can level you up. I don't really need another water type though. I don't have your stuff anyways. Do I have your stuff? Oh wow, I need a bunch of those. Hello and welcome to the stream. Oh wait, the sound's not on, is it? No, it's on. Hello and welcome. Alright, let's see. So I need to get her higher. Oh, I can't do anymore because I need money. Well, I got her to 65 at least.
I keep watch. You leave, you call me.
Rest assured, the cheese seems top
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
She's doing good. Right, Angel?
Ah, children, come, come. You've arrived at just the right moment. I've been looking for you.
Have you?
Oh, what is it, Granny? Need any help?
Oh, no, no. You've done so much for Liyue Harbor already.
Oh,
I
yeah?
could hardly ask for more.
You can ask for
In
more.
fact, my old friends and I have been putting our heads together to think of what sort of gift we might give you in return.
Oh.
A gift? For Paimon?
Oh, child, you are so very modest. Uncommonly so, even. But you mustn't decline this gift. I simply won't allow it. When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, I heard your little friend mention that you often camp out in the wilds.
Mm-hmm.
That simply won't do. Especially since I imagine you still have a very long journey ahead of you.
We definitely do.
Fortunately, I have not yet grown so old as to see my subspace creation abilities atrophy.
Yeah, I'm answering old
Did
Granny.
my friends never mention that to you?
You should do
Well
this
then,
mission.
It is a blessing we old folks once received from Rex Lapis, part of our
Yeah, that was my
illumination,
thing
if you
too.
will. I will not go into too much detail, but subspace creation is the ability to create a small, autonomous pocket world. The teapot that you entered previously was a little trinket.
So, in the eyes of an Adeptus, creating a magic teapot world is just child's play, huh?
Oh,
Awesome.
Indeed, the teapot is nothing to boast of. One such as myself must depart from this realm to create a world of one's own. Rex Lapis, on the other hand, moved mountains and seas. That is what one might call an exercise of true power. But that's enough nostalgia for now.
That's right. Finding stuff's what we're good at, after all.
Hopefully I have the materials already.
Oh, settle down now, children. There's no need for you to go running hither and thither. I have already found a fleet-footed youngster to prepare what I need. What's more, I doubt that you would know how to find the materials I am searching for. Well, for starters, I require some shimmer soil from the banks of Dihua Marsh. Back in the day, it could only be found where the glazed lilies thrived most profusely. You would have to dig downward, following the roots of the glazed lilies. And if you were... But almost no one has been able to find shimmer soil in this manner since... Even more difficult to find is Smaragdus jadeite, which must be chiseled from the rock of the chasm. Or so it used to be. Ever since the Blackcliff Forge opened for business, they've slowly but surely stripped the mines all but completely bare of it. In any case, Smaragdus jadeite is an Adepti treasure, and the adeptal power within is not something that most humans can withstand. Extended contact with it is, in fact,
I think she wants love and attention.
Goodness knows if that child will succeed in finding these items.
Well, since you're an Adeptus, Granny, the person you asked for help, they must be an Adeptus too, right?
Yes. I suppose she does count as an Adeptus.
She counts? How come there are so many Adeptus
Oh, yeah.
in Liyue Harbor? We seem to bump into them all the time. It feels like even when you go out to eat, you could be sitting next to an Adeptus and never even know it.
Oh, maybe so. Who can say?
Yeah.
A fair few of my old friends are rather fond of mundane mortal life, after all.
I'm back, Granny. Oh, I don't
No,
believe
cool.
we've met.
Allow me to do the honors. This child here is Yen Fei. She's
Yen
the one
Fei.
helping run some errands for me. Yen Fei, I believe you already heard of the Traveler and his traveling companion.
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the Millilith's records.
Cool.
You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension. After which, you fought off the Millilith at Julian Karst and made contact with the Fatui. Before finally defeating an ancient god together with Granny and her associates, and subsequently being cleared of any and all suspicion by the Qixing. What a shame. A shame that we didn't meet sooner. If we had, well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear you of suspicion immediately, but it certainly would have been less, embarrassing for you. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yen Fei, a legal advisor. Got a legal problem? You can come right to me.
She's a lawyer. Okay, that's cool.
Here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details.
No,
and
yeah,
office
Yen
address.
Fei, the
Keep it
character
handy.
that was new
If you have
back
an
in
urgent
March.
issue, just leave me a note at this address. Oh,
Yeah,
and
Yen
I
Fei.
almost forgot to mention, I offer a very generous discount for first-time customers.
All right, Yen Fei, all right. Let's get to the business at hand. I do not think these two are in any dire need of legal assistance at the moment. You'll have to excuse Yen Fei. She's old.
Paimon was gonna ask the same question. You seem really different from the ones we've met before.
An Adeptus? I guess. Kinda. My old man said he was one anyway. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long old time, and then after that was all over, he went back and married my mom.
Oh, so you're half.
And once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey, leaving me with Granny here.
Oh, okay, so
That's a bit casual for an Adeptus. Aren't you guys supposed to sign solemn contracts to protect Liyue Harbor and all that stuff?
Yeah, he
He
left
just went
his
back
daughter
to get
there.
married.
Well, my dad did say that he'd talked it through with Rex Lapis and that he was fine with it. Even contributed towards the wedding gift, apparently. Anyway, let's not dwell on that too much. So, Granny, I've gotten a hold of most of the stuff you asked for, except for Smaragdus Jadeite. I couldn't find any at all. The chasm's been sealed off, and there's just no way in. Couldn't secure any documentation either. Looks like the Ministry of Civil Affairs is serious about keeping it strictly locked down.
Is that so? But Smaragdus Jadeite is really rather essential. Yanfei, are you sure you can't find some other way? They have helped Liyue greatly, after all. It is only right that they are duly rewarded.
I know, Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already. Well, the chasm's definitely a no-go, but there's still a chance we can figure out some alternative means of procurement. Hold on a moment. Let me have a look.
Whoa, that's a really thick book. What kind of things do you write in there?
Commercial consultancy. Or Snezhnaya. Ah, found him. Krusell. A Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries on certain articles in the legal codices. If my memory serves, all of them had to do with rare ores. He mentioned that he was considering acquiring some Smaragdus Jadeite to make hairpins, and wanted to know if there were any legal ramifications that he should be aware of. Said he was planning to sell them in Snezhnaya. So, I guess I'll go look for him. With any luck, he'll have gotten his hands on some Smaragdus Jadeite, or might have an idea of where we can find some.
Sounds good.
You want to join me? I suppose that's no problem, but it's best if you just stand by and watch. If you try to get involved, you'll only risk placing yourself in legal jeopardy.
Wow.
Okay.
Adeptus imploring us to avoid incurring legal liability. Well, that's a first for sure. Best we be a little more careful than usual while we're with her.
Alright. Let's see where I am supposed to go. I am supposed to... Okay, really close. I'll just warp because I'm lazy.
Hello, Mr. Krusell. How's business been?
Oh, good, very good. All thanks to your advice, Miss Yanfei. What brings you here today?
You're too kind. I was simply doing my job. Now, I believe that the last time we met, you mentioned that you were looking to source some Smaragdus Jadeite to make hairpins. Have there been any further developments on this front?
Well, yes. As a matter of fact, in the end, I did acquire a small piece of Smaragdus Jadeite and had it fashioned into a pair of hairpins. Miss Yanfei, might I presume that you have an interest in the hairpins? I must apologize. I've already rented them out to a lady named Zhiqiao. If you'd like to inspect them, you may have to wait quite some time.
Wait, isn't Smaragdus Jadeite really rare? Aren't you worried about the hairpins getting damaged or lost while they're being rented out?
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Miss Zhiqiao before renting them to her. The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, she must compensate me for its full original value. In return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus Jadeite is genuine, with a penalty of 10 times the item's value payable by me to Ms. Zhiqiao and the...
Guaranteed genuine, with 10 times the value payable if this claim is shown to be false. Yes, these terms are very clear indeed.
Of course. This way, both the client and I have the assurance we need. To ensure fairness, each of us has retained an original copy of the contract.
In that case, might you know where Miss Zhiqiao lives? We'd like to pay her a visit and have a look at the hairpins.
Oh, of course. She wrote her address down when we signed our contract. Here, I'll mark it on your map for you.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Crossell. We'll be off now.
Alright. Surprised there's no legal ramifications for that, but I mean, I guess it's the old days, so... Oh, it's rather close.
Oh, she's the lawyer.
Yeah, she is the lawyer. He just, like, marks on the map. He's like, yeah, my client lives right here, go ahead. It's like, okay. Sure, but I mean, all those kind of laws are rather new, the privacy laws, so... Makes sense.
Oh, damn. Too close to that grenade. That's what I get for being sloppy.
Yeah, you being sloppy.
All good there, Josh?
Yeah, my arm just hurts, that's all, don't worry about it.
You need any meds?
I probably will eventually.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get through the teapot quest so I could get myself a teapot. And the load times take forever on here because we have a PlayStation 4, so I'm just like browsing Instagram as I'm waiting.
Yeah. It's fine. One day we'll get a PS5 once it releases.
Yeah, really releases. Oh, it's terrible. What a mess the chip shortage is. Some regions got like a bunch, but other regions didn't get that many. We're fortunate to be in a region that got a lot of Xbox Series X's.
Oh, whatever shall I do? Yes, that's me. Is there something I can help you with?
How do you do, Monsieur Chow? We understand from Mr. Crossell that you recently rented a pair of hairpins from him. My associates and I are very interested in them. Would you mind letting us take a look at them?
The hairpins. I can't lend them to you right now. I've lost them. I don't know how it could have happened. I always kept them right by my side, and I hadn't even worn them yet. I spent so much money on them. If I have to pay their original value, there's no way I could come up. My family is in the ore business too, but business has been suffering ever since the chasm was sealed off. We now have a backlog of paid-up orders just sitting around, so we've been having to purchase some stock from other ore merchants to complete them. A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several ore merchants I know of will be there. I need this opportunity to mingle and discuss prices. That's what the hairpins were for, to keep up appearances. I can't have them looking down on me. But now that I've lost the hairpins, what will I do?
Why does Paimon have a sudden strong sense of deja vu?
Would you really? I sent a commission to the Adventurers Guild, but I haven't heard anything back from them yet.
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet. Monsieur Chow, would you let me have a look at the rental contract you signed?
Huh? Well, I mean, sure, I have it right here. Here you are.
Let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said she's a legal advisor, didn't she? Maybe she could... True. Though surely there must be a win-win solution.
Right. I finished reading the contract. The terms are very clear, and they do indeed stipulate that you must pay Mr. Crossell the original value of the hairpins as compensation for the loss. Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of compensation must take current market prices into account. And given the rarity of Smaragdus Jadeite, I fear that the final amount of compensation may end up being significantly higher as a result.
Even higher? Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Juchao looks like she's about to faint.
However, all of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid into the hairpins.
Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, the hairpins are lost, so how exactly would we be able to find out if the jadeite is genuine or not? Whichever way you look at it, we've got to start by finding those hairpins.
Except that if we found the hairpins, there'd no longer be any need to check whether the jadeite is genuine, would there?
Seems right.
Please. Please, don't trouble yourselves over this. However much it is, I will have to pay it. My family are merchants after all. Now that it's come to this, I really shouldn't keep Crossel in the dark any longer.
Yes, legally speaking, it seems this is the most sensible course of action. But, so hold on a moment, Mr. Chow. When you first...
What did I feel? Well, I remember that the gem... My family has seen much jade pass through its hands in the past, so...
Smooth to the touch. No, it's nothing. I just need to re-examine a few things.
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. With Miss Jiqiao in tow, too, I see. How are the hairpins? I trust you're quite satisfied with them?
About that.
You lost them? Are you serious? Do you have any idea how expensive they were?
I'm sorry. Truly I am. I'll pay the compensation as per our contract. Every last mora.
Mora? Do you have any idea what I had to go through to get my hands on that Smaragdus jadeite? I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss Yanfei is here, I suppose we can just have her estimate the amount that needs to be paid.
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little market research. Ah, yes, and if I may just confirm again, it was in fact genuine Smaragdus jadeite inlaid into the hairpins, correct?
Of course! Genuine article guaranteed, or I pay back 10 times the value.
Alright, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official assessment of the sum owed by Mr. Chow in compensation. Please wait here, Mr. Crossel.
Thank you very much. How could she lose my hairpins? She'd better pay every last mora that they're worth.
Looks like I'll have to find some way to raise that money.
Please wait, Mr. Chow. I have something to discuss with you. It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find somewhere that we can sit and talk in more detail.
I bet they're fake. Alright. Where are we going to talk? Map. We're talking all the way over here. You should take a nap for an hour and then wake up.
But I'm not tired.
Oh, I thought you were tired. I thought you were making tired sounds.
No, I'm just sore. This is the way it is. I'm not tired, don't worry. I feel like myself again.
Good,
Miss
good.
Yanfei,
Rough on the system.
what is this about? Are you here to tell me how much I owe?
My hand still feels like
No.
Rob 853.
What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the Orin laid on those hairpins.
What do you mean? Are you implying that you already sneaked off and found them?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living. Let's just say I made some deductions. I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus jadeite is found deep underground and contains very concentrated elemental energy. If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. It most certainly would not be smooth to the touch. Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in your possession?
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time. Not even the slightest bit unwell. I didn't feel anything special at all, in fact.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental traces in Mr. Crossel's vicinity. If I've deduced correctly, he may still have the Smaragdus Jadeite in his possession.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now and expose his dirty scam right to his face!
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. Eventually, he would find some argument to compel us to leave. And then, he'd throw the Smaragdus Jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. He would lose nothing. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually still exist.
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be experience talking.
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certainly one way of resolving them. Fortunately, I have far more elegant solutions at my disposal. I'll share them with you in due course.
Well then, since you're so experienced in dealing with problems like this, perhaps you could help me, Miss Yunfei.
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow, could I ask you to please sign this contract?
Haha, lawyer.
Does there have to be a contract for everything? Paimon can't even keep track.
Yeah.
It feels like Yanfei.
They should be in the kitchen in the big brown box if you need it.
Someone else we know.
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any further, I require a written contract. Any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied upon.
I understand.
The shots really got Boka here, the co-host of today's stream.
Miss Yunfei.
No problem.
Well,
Just
yeah,
sign
they can hear
here,
you.
And I'll sign too. Okay. Now write your address here, and then sign on this page as well. And I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a handprint over here.
This contract has so many pages.
Don't worry about it,
Alright,
Paimon.
that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, it will actually be quite straightforward to resolve, once we've got some things squared away. I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before, in which case, hopefully this should be quite the experience.
Miss
It
Yunfei,
will indeed.
I have to ask, why are you helping me?
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself. I noticed strong traces of geo-energy around Mr. Crossel, so perhaps he has, in fact, secured some. Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter, but either way, it's a lead. As long as we follow it, who knows? We might just be able to get our hands on some Smaragdus Jadeite. Also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage, I won't stand for it. But again, let's not dwell on this. Let's go to... where can we find someone who processes ore? Ha! I've got it! Let's pay a visit to Chateau, the boss of the Jade Mystery. He's a professional when it comes to working with stone and ore. If Mr. Crossel had his ore worked on at all, Chateau would undoubtedly have been his first choice.
Alright.
Why, hello there, honored customers. Welcome to... Oh! It's you, Miss Yanfei. Is something the matter? Surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged and no one can ever win? Oh, I swear on all that is sacred.
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnayan merchant named Crossel enlisted your ore processing services recently by any chance?
A Snezhnayan merchant named Crossel, you say? I do remember that. he brought me a piece of ore, claiming that it was Smaragdus jadeite. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus jadeite or not. But if a customer insists, far be it from me to contradict them. He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the ore as per his request.
Do you have any leftover debris from your work on it?
Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore, after all, so I kept a few loose shavings to study myself later. They're right over there, in fact.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at them.
Hey, Angel. Who's the big kitty?
Try your luck betting on Jade?
She looks so happy.
If my eyes... Yes. It's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. It's used to make jewelry all the time. I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite, though no one's ever proven it.
A thin layer of separation, huh?
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy. Smaragdus nephrite is an entirely ordinary ore, containing no elemental energy whatsoever.
Is that so? Well, we might as well give elemental sight a shot. So, did you find anything?
Nope.
So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao was able to tell what it was just by looking at the shards? That's pretty awesome.
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my time. These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find it very difficult to tell them apart. There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, but that translates to an astronomical difference in terms of the market price. And, I'm sure, a significant difference in the cost of having them carved into shape.
Alright, let's focus up. We're going off on a tangent.
But, never mind, Shirto. Why would Mr. Crossell...
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them. Let's take some of these shavings back to Chateau.
Try your luck betting on Jade?
Ew.
Miss Yanfei? Might I be so bold as to inquire,
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossell did indeed claim that the ore he brought to your store was in fact Smaragdus jadeite, did he not?
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me, in fact. Here. It says quite clearly, 1 chunk Smaragdus jadeite, uncut.
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the processing record and these stone shavings?
Of course. But might I ask why you need them?
Oh, I have my reasons. Ah, yes. Please sign here on this affidavit. This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the, ore that Mr. Crossell brought to your store. Please read it carefully.
Yes, I see. Forgive me for asking again, Miss Yanfei, but might I know the nature of the incident on this occasion?
I wouldn't say there's been an incident, just a minor issue. Thank you, sir. I'll take these with me.
With this hard evidence to back us up, Crossell won't dare try to deny what he did.
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient to build a case. We need to find something a little more compelling. If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry. Nope. Aha! Got it! Xingxi. She often helps people to find a jewelsmith. Let's go pay her a visit.
Well, that was quick.
I don't remember the last time I had these.
Because lots of people come to me for legal advice every day.
No. How many?
As you know,
How often can I
Liyue
take
Harbor
these?
is the city of contracts. And contracts, well, I should say laws, are very important to us.
But I don't think I took it
But the amendments made
before
by the
5.
Yuan to
No,
our
I did.
laws are
Before I called
unnecessarily
Mom.
complicated. How can I put this?
But-
just seems like
okay.
they're hard to understand and impossible to finish. As such, legal advisors like myself provide quite the popular service indeed.
I hope I didn't take too much.
So you help them
You
make
always know when
sense of the law.
the pain comes back.
But didn't you say that it's hard to understand and impossible to finish?
Yes, well, that's no obstacle because I've memorized all the legal codices.
You memorized them?
You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out is a legal advisor's bread and butter, you know? Oh, this has nothing to do with being an adeptus. I just like reading things.
Again with that casual tone.
Well, that's that then. Let's go look for Singsi.
Alright, I don't need to warp. She's rather close.
Next on the agenda, we're way behind schedule.
Oh, Miss Yenfei, it's you. Has something happened? Did the client from
have no further trouble from then on? Yes, of course. Has a merchant by the name of
Crosel. Yes, I remember him. The design of the hairpins that he gave me was quite intricate, so it took me some work to find someone who was up to. This order was on hold for a very long time.
Doesn't seem like there's any evidence.
Miss Singsi, I'd like for you to confirm for me once more.
Yes, I'm sure of it. Mr. Crosel, I also kept a copy for my own records. See for yourself. The inlaid gems.
Thank you, Singsi.
Sure, it isn't serving.
Nothing you need to worry about. Just
why is everyone's first reaction always to assume?
I believe we have almost all the evidence we.
The weirdo with the snake around his neck?
Because only he can provide an authoritative statement confirming that Smaragdus Jadeite is harmful. Once we have this final.
Jewelry's out of stock.
It's just my 9 o'clock alarm.
Yep.
Where'd Mr. Snake Man go? He's all the way over there.
Next on the agenda, we're way behind schedule.
My, to what do I owe the pleasure? Though I'm
Hey, pretty
afraid that if you're
boy.
looking for our little Chi-Chi, she's out gathering herbs.
No, I'm
And
good.
if it isn't Miss Yenfei as well, now that's an even rarer honor. What business brings you here, might I inquire? Some charlatans peddling ineffectual medicines again, no doubt?
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're familiar with Smaragdus Jadeite.
Smaragdus Jadeite? Why, yes, there is some information about it included in the 6th commentary on the 7 Mountain Treatises.
He's so
The 7
pretty.
Mountain Treatises states that this substance springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains, and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. It is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone without a vision is in contact with it for a prolonged period, best case scenario, they fall ill. Worst case scenario, they'll suffer great changes in personality, and their illness will only ever get worse. Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to chit-chat. Knowing you, Yenfei, and given the specific nature of your question, I suppose that you're about to ask me to write an official affidavit attesting to the pharmaceutical peculiarities of Smaragdus Jadeite?
Yep.
That is indeed the case. If you would be so kind, Dr. Baiju.
No trouble at all. It's just a single document. Won't take me a moment. I would mention, though, that you are not the only one who's developed a curiosity for Smaragdus Jadeite recently. A Snezhnayan merchant came to ask me about it not long. But after I gave him my reply, his expression shifted to one of remarkable disappointment. I wonder, Miss Yenfei.
You needn't concern yourself about that, Dr. Baiju. Thank you for penning us that document.
You're too kind.
That Baiju
Alright, we're gonna go do friggin' Ace Attorney shit.
Or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there?
Well, it's not, but it's basically that.
It's been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crossell.
Miss Yanfei, have you finished your investigation? I trust you will now be in a position to assess the compensation due.
Of course.
Yes, my investigation is indeed concluded. I can now provide a final figure for the amount payable.
Wonderful. Well then, please, could you do the honors, Miss Yanfei?
Of course. According to the stipulations of the contract, Mr. Crossell, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original transaction price in Mora.
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her? Surely there's been some kind of mistake, Miss Yanfei.
Not at all. According to my investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered, the substance claimed to be Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid within the Smaragdus Jadeite twin Phoenix pins that you rented out to Mr. Chow was, in fact, Smaragdus Nephrite. Now, the contract states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid.
I like how they're pointing about Nephrite and Jadeite in this.
You are liable for this sum, which is payable to
I have a lot of Nephrite.
Material evidence? What material evidence? Why, Miss Yanfei, you cannot frame me like this. I spent a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus Jadeite, and yet you claim that the ore inlaid on the hairpins is somehow fake? I demand to see your evidence.
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve. This is a processing record from the Jade Mystery, along with stone samples and an affidavit signed by the business owner, Chateau.
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between Smaragdus Jadeite and Smaragdus Nephrite. How does this prove anything? In any case, Smaragdus Nephrite is the outer layer of Smaragdus Jadeite. So I had him cut away the nephrite, he returned the valuable jadeite core to me, and some nephrite samples remain in the
That's an unsubstantiated belief.
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated.
Ugh. Looks like hard evidence. Something legally binding. We have just the thing. Show him, Traveler. Oh, come on. I meant the backup copy of the document from the ministry.
This document proves that my hairpins are the real deal, doesn't it?
Our second piece of evidence didn't work.
You know...
Of course I'm right. All the evidence shown...
Well, hang on a moment now, because I do recall... Traveler, would you do the honors? This shall...
What's this?
Smaragdus Jadeite springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere sustained contact with Mr. Crossell. No idea, you say? I'm afraid that this fall... However, I'm sure that the Ministry will be relatively lenient considering that, as you say, you were ignorant of the danger you posed. Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure that all the evidence presented here... I trust that you'll give them your full...
What? Wait!
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear Mr.
Huh? No.
Aren't actually inlaid with You do understand, Mr. Crossell, you're in...
He's seriously in tip...
I admit it. I confess. But I'm a victim in all of this, too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring... But after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days... I started to feel extreme. I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that this sort of stone cannot be worn as jewelry. That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus Nephrite. I kept the real Smaragdus Jadeite. I was worried that someone would see through it, which is...
Exactly! If they weren't the real deal, why'd you make a...
I didn't want to either, but when I purchased that Smaragdus Jadeite, some of my business partners found out. If word got out that I sold it...
All right, let's cut the appeals phase right there. I failed to see what bearing any of this has on your transaction with my client. According to the contract, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original price in Mora, and that is final.
10 times.
Kroso looks like he could faint any second.
As for me, according to my contract with Mr. Chow, 20% of that sum will...
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus
There's no need. It's fine. You don't have to pay. Even if the Smaragdus jadeite on those hairpins was fake. However, Mr. Crossell, since you have no use for that chunk of smaragd...
What? But
Miss Yanfei, I'll turn this...
Well, that's not...
Thanks so much.
Oh, come on.
Give me the jadeite. I want to make my house.
Mr. Crossell, it seems that my client has no further claim...
Oh my god! Stop talking! Give me the jadeite already!
If we could join forces...
There's so much talking. Like, it's cool and all, but... Just give me my house.
Usually when someone tells us they've lost something, we end up searching up.
The right solution depends on the objective of my client, Mr. Chow, an Adeptus. Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by humans. The title of Adeptus means precious little to me compared to my job as a legal advisor. In any case, don't you think that the Liyue Harbor of
Paimon can think of someone who would...
Well, since we got what we came for,
Alright. Oh my god, that just, you know, forever. Talking. Warp to this one. Good, it didn't even need to load this time.
We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda.
So I should pick up some of these.
We're way behind schedule.
Grab a bunch of these because I need them. Where is the granny? Oh, I ran past her, of course.
Ah, you've returned. Good. Then we have all the material.
well, if we're all set, Granny, I'll get going now.
Oh, you. All right, then.
I'm off then. Bye! Oh yes, Traveler. Make sure you don't lose the business. I've been looking into the laws of other nations as well. If you should ever bump into any trouble
that's
with
nice
the
of
law,
her.
come find me.
Come now, child. Are you leaving or are you not? If you have no wish to...
I'm leaving.
That child. Goodness. Ah, indeed she is. Yanfei might be overly garrulous, but she is also the most intimately acquainted with this. Liyue is all right then.
Oh, Paimon's so excited!
Yeah. Come on, construct it faster.
There we go. Hold it firmly. If you were to drop it. Good. Take these blueprints with you as well.
Wait a minute, Granny. How exactly...
Oh, you needn't worry about that.
Yeah! Teapot! Alright.
This is a peaceful
Okay. Ooh. Enter Teapot. Select a realm layout. I definitely want the islands.
Teapot seems even bigger inside than Madame Ping's. There's even a great big house in the middle, too.
Yeah, we're gonna live there.
Huh. But there's just a whole load of nothing around it. Paimon can't do that. Well, you're the one with the sword anyway. You do it. Still, why is it so empty here? Oh, wait a...
This, I assume?
Well, it seems that we have a visitor.
It's a huge finch!
It's adorable.
Excuse me, I am not a finch. I am a teapot spirit, and you may call me... hang on a moment. What am I supposed to be called again?
A finch?
Oh, call me. I suppose you may call
Tubby.
me...
So you're the little helper.
Madam Ping? Oh, you may leave all matters your journey may be far from over. Though it is the Adepti who create realms such as this, they generally do not have the time of day to attend to the banal matter of their maintenance. Thus, we teapot spirits were created to help guard their realms and manage their affairs. You may
That's nice.
consider me a butler, if you will.
Cool, I got
Now,
butler.
allow me to explain this realm to you.
Yeah.
Have you any blueprints on you? Specifically, as long as you have a blueprint.
Blueprints?
Yes, these are the blueprints. Just commit the image of the objects to memory, then simply release the thought from your mind and the...
Wow! Is that all it takes? Then we could build a whole city inside, couldn't we?
Cool.
I doubt it. A golden-eyed Adeptus explained this to me at some point in the past. He said that even though subspace creation is a product of adeptal power, even that has its limits. This world is not a true one, after all. It provides merely a moment of brief respite from the mortal realm, not a means of escaping it entirely.
A golden-eyed Adeptus?
I hardly remember myself. What's more, I have never seen that Adeptus again since. Well, let's not dwell on that. Have a look around. If there's anything...
Look for Tubby. Okay. Talk to Tubby to learn about managing all matters of fair. Items, creation screen. To obtaining furnishings, use the place, position, furnishing, increase it. Okay. Okay. Oh. Actually, I probably should look what I can make. Oh. What else do I have? What else?
Should we really be off work this early?
Oh.
There is still a lot left to do.
Enchant a weapon. Enchant an artifact. Enchant. Oh.
It's so nice to de-stress.
Hmm. Cool. Where's the new stuff Oh, do I have to go to the bird to make it? Or here?
Healthy body, healthy mind.
Yeah, that's cool. No, so I go to the bird, I guess?
Next on the agenda.
It's basically Diluc's house. Or more so the pub. Okay, I thought I got more furnishings. Oh, I could put companions in here. Okay. Save changes.
Let the wind lead. It is very comfortable here. The air is fresh and the environment is restful. It is also very quiet. I think I will be able to concentrate and get a lot of work done here. Thank you. I'll be sure to keep... Let the wind... Perhaps you could... I have taken... Of course, but when I'm with you, I'm now able to unwind. This whole time, you have... It would be... So thank you. Truly.
Oh, cool.
We should walk while we
You
talk.
could flirt with Jean now. Cool.
I still have so much I want to say to you.
I was like gonna put all these people and make it look like they're talking in my house, but I guess I can only have one companion in here right now.
Let the wind... Of course. Is there a particular topic that you wish to discuss? Oh, I apologize. I will think on this. I understand. You mean... okay, I will do my...
Alright, I stuck a Jean in my house. Man, if I knew I could flirt with them, I would have stuck Child in there, but whatever. I just stuck Jean because I was gonna make Jean and Lisa talk to each other in my house, like they're having a conversation, but I didn't realize I could only put one in there. You hear that, everyone? The co-host says he has to go use the washroom right now. I told you! They can hear you! I know, I'm just bugging you. You're hosting the Teapot show right now. Or I suppose it's, what is it, the Women Network Home and Garden friggin' like home show or whatever now for this? What is this? Oh, that's cool. I want to use that. How do I put that in? I'm going inside. I'm going to see if I can put that in. Okay, so this, I believe. It's not saying I have anything new. How frustrating. Whoops. That's where. But I have some. I saw I had a pumpkin lantern. I don't see them in use. Whatever, I give up. What is this? Okay, let's go. So I have 104, I think, coins.
The one before you is known as Jade Seeker. One travels far and wide, seeking naught but to witness.
Puppies! What? I have none? Wait, how do I grab my money then?
Next on the agenda. Maybe you're not used to the plate.
Cool.
Activision's rich when they put product placement of Tommy Hilfiger, 1984 or 1988.
Yeah.
If you ever have any
Let's see. And what is this? Small bottle that seals some immediately completed furnishing. Okay.
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
So it's like phone game type stuff in here then it looks
We're way
like.
behind schedule.
The one before. Ah.
Do I want a husky or a Shiba? I want a Shiba. Alright. Cool, I got a Shiba now in my teapot. Yeah, no, it's inside a teapot, that's why. Yeah, it's magical. You know how, like, you have to, for the story, go into a teapot? So the teapot lady makes you a teapot because she overheard that you guys have been camping outside and she wants you guys to have a house, so she makes you this and then you do a quest. Mm-hmm. Can't do anything with the puppy. Okay. How do I leave? Take photo, notices, mail. Co-op, map. How do I friggin' leave?
Maybe.
Goodbye. No, that's just not the conversation. Why can't I find it? Mail, time, settings, special events, feedback, archives. There's no quests in here. That's just... I'll try hold quitting and then going back in, seeing if that works. Unless I use the thing to get out, which might be it. Yay, it spawns me outside when I do that. Okay, good. Alright.
We're way behind schedule.
There we go. Battle pass. Yeah. Alright. Then need to level up a weapon. Nice. And now an artifact. And then...
It's so nice to de-stress.
Use a bunch of resin. Alright. Oh, there's a new spot over there I can unlock. Anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow.